Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the SourceFed podcast. I'm Matt Lieberman. Joining me around the table, Will's here.
I'm going through some anxiety personally.
Is that because Mike Falzone is rapidly rubbing your bicep?
No, that's making it better.
We also got Steve Zaragoza here.
What's up, dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's up, dog?
You in Snoop Dogg mode?
Hey, yeah, dog.
Now, Steve, before the show, you insisted that we tell the amazing story of how Darren saved your life.
Did you introduce Mike Falzone?
I
Kind
did
of,
introduce
that was-
Mike
it was part of the
Falzone.
arm thing.
Yeah, I gave you the opportunity to speak, but you were busy clutching the
I think it's going to be a
little boy
listening
bicep.
podcast for me.
Yeah, you think you're just going to take a back seat?
I think so.
Well, you can't take a full back seat because you were a part of this story.
I'll sit on the center console.
That's fine.
Yep.
Can you spell console?
Nope. See?
The story about how Darren saved my life
Yes.
is completely made up. We all decided before we started the podcast we were all involved.
God damn it.
So,
To be fair, I wanted the story to be true.
I'm going to be honest
I really
off the
hoped
bat.
that it was going to be.
go ahead, baby.
I'm going to let you know, I don't want to be doing this podcast.
Why?
I want to be at home thinking about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you need to, there's a sense of reality that the audience listening to this podcast needs to not understand.
I don't
And
know what
that's-
you just
and
said.
that's how badly you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to, the audience listening to this needs to know that this is the best job in the world and they want it real bad.
Yeah. Plus, it's still fun for me.
It really
And now you're ruining it for me.
Oh no, it really is a really fun job. I mean, I think I've kind of like, it was really fun for me, but then I was like, the fun part is because there's a bunch of free time, and like I was like 6 or 7 months ago, I was like, man,
But the fun part isn't making the videos?
I mean that part's fun too, but like the real like giggles happen when you're not doing anything. So I was like, you know what? Let me put another job on top of my already job, so now I don't have any of that free time.
The title of this podcast is Will Gives His 2 weeks notice.
I'm done.
Live.
Well, you're like, man, you work really, really hard. Like, it's
Thanks,
easy to
Lieberman.
get burned out doing this.
It is, and I'm not. I'm just like, I got some shit I still have to say. I was burned out for like
Yeah.
a week, and then I,
Well, I can understand wanting to go home and think about nothing because, like, we have to go to Houston and report on the Republican debate
Fuck.
in a couple days. So this will come out over the weekend.
I wouldn't
so that'll
listen to this
just
podcast.
Jeb
just
Bush
happen.
just drop out.
Jeb Bush just
I
drop out.
know we don't. This isn't a politics podcast, but I really like Jeb Bush because he was running on the "I'm not George Bush" campaign, which is very like that'll work for just about anybody.
Right. Everyone could do that.
But we can all
Well,
forget
except for
Jeb
George
Bush
Bush.
right now. We
We
can all
could.
forget he even existed.
Isn't
'cause
that
he's
weird?
out.
A lot of people will.
He's out.
Yeah.
Do you think Jeb
Bye-bye,
Bush will
Jeb.
matter? This is a question for the whole table. Will matter after today? at
No.
all?
No.
Unless he does the American thing and shoots somebody.
I mean, he did just post a photo of a gun on his Twitter. That you
Yeah,
sent
with
to me.
his
Jeb
name
Bush.
on it.
Jeb Bush is a one-hit wonder right now, and he's about to fade away.
He should put out a song.
What
right
was his
now.
one hit?
Jeb Bush is like the new radicals.
His one hit was running for president.
Now, his one hit was keeping Al Gore out of office back in 2000.
Oh, poor
Yeah, but who
guy.
cares about Al Gore? Let's be honest.
The environment.
I care about him as a person.
Trees.
Yeah, but like his name sounds like gross, you know? Gore.
Al Gore.
Al
Oh.
Gross.
But
Yeah, I
you
didn't get
like
grossed out till
Gore
Al
Burger,
Gross.
don't you?
Al Gorburger's nice.
You ever had Fat Burger?
I have.
I think it's
Fatburger.
gross.
What's the
Really?
difference between
Yeah.
Fat Burger?
No.
Yeah.
Fat Burger is one of the finest
It
LA
was-
burgers.
I remember when
agree
I
with
first came to LA, I came to my college and they were like, hey, you want to go to Fat Burger? And I was like, I don't know what that is. But I was like, I'm in California. We have a lot of good burger places like In-N-Out and whatnot. And I went to this Fat Burger down the street on motherfucking Reseda Boulevard.
Oh, shit.
818. Okay, that's what's his name's joke. What's that comedian's name? Brody Stevens. But I went there and it was nasty. That's all I want to say.
I like
I don't like
the Habit, Hamburger Habit.
Yeah, I love that
the
place.
habit is quite good.
You don't like the Habit?
I like the Habit.
Yeah.
Even though
Even though what?
Even though what?
It's tough to break.
Oh, boy.
the anti-Semitism.
Are they non-Jew Habbies?
Wait,
No.
what?
On the bottom of all their cups, it says "Go die."
No, it doesn't.
everybody?
There's a swastika on the bottom of every cup.
No,
I never
it-
noticed that.
I'm
In-N-Out,
parodying,
they do,
yeah.
they do Bible quotes.
In-N-Out can praise
But-
Jesus all they want. Their burgers
Okay.
are fucking good.
If you were like anti-religious, wouldn't you be kind of pissed that like you drank a whole drink, looked on the bottom, and it had some like religious
well,
words
here's
on
the
it?
good thing about it. It's just words printed there.
Yeah, if
it,
you
it doesn't
really
mean
don't-
a damn
yeah,
thing
yeah.
to people
Yeah,
that
at the
don't
end
care.
At the end of the day, they spent more money to get that printed on there, so that's just on them.
Think of it
Yeah.
like a Snapple fact, but it's about God.
It
But
is
I
a
don't get
Snapple
it. Like,
fact.
as a religious person, not me, but as religious people, when you put that on the bottom of a cup, what is your goal there? That people are going to finish
spread the
drinking
word.
and look down there and be like, oh, shit. John 3:16, huh?
That makes me think about like protests. I'm always like I've been to a bunch of them in my life, and I've observed them. I've observed them in the culture, and I'm like, when you're like screaming something, who's gonna join you ever?
Sometimes people just like chanting things
It
together.
depends on what
a
you're
lot of fun.
chanting. If you're
Yeah.
chanting pizza,
Pizza.
Somebody,
You're
but
gonna
if
get
you
people
don't
joining
already
in on
like,
that.
if you hate pizza, and everybody's going pizza, fuck pizza, pizza.
if you hate
There
pizza,
needs to
you
be
need to
more.
fuck off.
Maybe that's the chant.
What if there's people who just don't like the taste of tomatoes?
Then they can get pizza without tomatoes. You can get it with
can get
Alfredo
a white
sauce,
pizza.
That's
white
just cheese and
sauce.
bread.
You can get barbecue sauce. Pizza Hut does a barbecue sauce pizza that I get every once in a while, and I like it.
What
I go
is
to
like-
Domino's. Oh,
Sorry, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say I go to Domino's too much,
Too much?
very often.
Domino's
two
is like
times
my
a week,
friend.
3
Domino's?
times a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat at the
No, no, no,
Domino's?
Or you play the
Walk
game
into
Domino's.
Domino's, you're like, hello, Manolo, my regular, please.
Manolo.
That's racist.
What, it's racist to say that anyone
Is
could work
hella
at a
Italian.
Domino's?
Anyone named Manolo can work there.
Anyone
Only
named
if you're
Luke
named
could
Manolo.
work
All
there.
right, so like Falzone, tell us about pizza flipping. Like you
Yeah,
got the dough.
bitch.
The first time you did it,
I'm immediately uncomfortable with this.
I'm saying because you're like a.
All right, then tell us about Paschetti.
Okay, well, first of all, wait a minute. I
do
have
you
all the
know?
knowledge, but I don't want to tell you
Any
about it.
Italian foods you know how to make?
You like garlic?
I know
bread?
how to eat all of them, but I
this
don't
is
know how to
racist.
prepare any.
Have you ever
This
had
is like
garlic
you
bread?
asking me if I know how to like get my culture appropriated.
Yo, dog, you ever
Yeah,
had
but
garlic
like,
bread?
I wouldn't do that because I'm a better person.
Yeah.
Prove
I don't
it.
just assume I
Falzone's
can't.
got a wee spot, a wet spot on his pants.
It's from the water he's drinking. Calm down.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
It's also
Will.
not true, man. Why do you got to say shit like I have a wee spot on my pants on a podcast?
Yeah, why is this the slander podcast?
The thousands of people listening can't see that I have almost no wee spot on my pants.
Yeah, but do you like garlic bread, bro?
I love garlic
Tell
bread.
us about it.
Wait a minute. Are you doing the racist thing again?
No, go ahead and tell
I
us
really
about
do
garlic
like
bread.
garlic bread.
Okay, well, garlic bread is just like regular bread, only in a ball form, and sometimes, oops, it falls in cheese.
No, I don't know about that.
I don't know if that's true either.
Usually,
You don't know if that's true?
I'll tell you,
so
it's
Guy
like
named
a-
Matt Lieberman trying to tell me about Italian.
Hold on,
I
sweetheart.
bet Lieberman would know the answer to
Hold
my
on,
question.
sweetheart. Garlic bread isn't normally balls.
Yeah, that's not
are-
balls.
Garlic bread
That's
is
garlic knots.
Garlic
yeah,
knots.
those are garlic knots.
Where do you think garlic knots come from? It's chopped up garlic bread.
Yeah, but when
No,
you say
it is
garlic
not
bread,
chopped up
when you
garlic
say-
bread. It is dough tied
up.
into a knot,
When
and
it's
then it
called
is
a
baked.
knot.
rolled up garlic bread.
No,
Garlic
because
knot.
a bread is a loaf of
Hey,
bread.
okay,
Garlic
well, now
bread.
we're going to do this. If you're Italian, unsubscribe to this podcast.
You ever had French? Hey, hold on. You ever had French bread pizza?
I certainly
That's what
have.
garlic bread is.
Not over the age of
It's
7
not
years old.
garlic
Do you
bread
know-
either.
Hey,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're getting at.
You know what I mean, BB?
You're talking about French garlic bread. French bread shaped garlic bread
Wait
is
a
what
minute.
you're talking
Is
I
about.
there
think it
a
is
prob-
wrong of you to ask an Italian to talk about French garlic bread.
does
Hold on,
anybody
though.
like coochie?
When you say garlic bread, you think of knots?
That was your
That's
first,
the first thing you think of?
I immediately think of knots, but I see that what you guys are
Knott's Berry
thinking of.
Farm.
I'm thinking of that like flat,
Elongated, chopped up into sections.
chop it up into sections.
It has the butter,
That's
too
garlic
much
bread,
butter.
Right? Oh yeah, way too
No,
much.
It
no.
has too much
You
butter.
can
Isn't that
never have
garlic
too
bread?
much butter.
Isn't
in
that
a
Well,
garlic
that's
bread?
wrong. That's wrong.
I don't
Am I
think that's
wrong
true.
or is that
Eventually-
garlic
No,
bread?
that is garlic bread.
What else was everyone else thinking about?
I was thinking of garlic knots
What were
because
you
they're what
thinking
I've
of?
had most
Thinking
recently.
about garlic bread, he's talking about garlic knots, and he's thinking about coochie.
Are you just
Not
always thinking
necessarily.
about?
No, not necessarily. My real question was, is fettuccine Alfredo actually Italian food?
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like that's a cover question for what you really
No, I
wanted to
swear
ask.
that's the question I had, but you guys are talking about
Do you think
something I
there's-
didn't know about.
What do you think garlic coochie is?
I like garlic and Parmesan, and I like it on a lot of things, but I wouldn't put it on coochie.
What do you think a coochie knot would
What the
look like?
fuck is
But-
coochie? You guys talking about pussy?
Yeah,
Yes.
but milk I feel like would work in coochie.
Let me ask you this, Will. If have you ever?
No.
Do you think you could
God,
ever be-
no.
Let me ask you this.
If she's white,
Let me ask you this. Have you ever been so hungry you would eat, like, let's say you like fettuccine Alfredo, right?
I do. Especially
like
if
it-
it's got a lot of Parmesan on it, like
You
a little
like
bit too much.
You like chicken in there too? Grilled chicken?
I honestly don't really like the chicken, but I do get it every time.
You get the chicken.
Yeah.
So what? So let's say what's your ideal fettuccine Alfredo?
That's it.
Go ahead and describe it. What's
Grilled
in it?
chicken. the fettuccine, the Alfredo, and a bunch of Parmesan, like a fucking layer, like crust.
And
Okay,
who
so-
delivers it in the dream scenario?
The most Milano.
That's
what's the name you
irrelevant to
said?
what I'm
What's his
asking.
name?
I'm sorry.
The Miliano. What's the name of the guy that works?
Manolo?
Hold
Manolo.
on.
Somebody named Manolo is
Will.
delivering it.
Let's say you're so fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Let's say your stomach's bubbling.
Oh snap!
You got drools going, son. Your stomach sounds like a goddamn garlic bear in there. Let's say you're so hungry and someone's like, I got fettuccine Alfredo piping hot
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
But the only way you can eat this is if I blend it into a liquid and you gotta drink it. Would you do that? With a straw.
Okay,
They
honestly,
do it in front of you.
and
They
you
do it right in
can't.
front of you.
You can't change this after I ask. Honestly, what day of the week is it?
I'd say it's like a deep Wednesday.
Sounds like a Wednesday.
Deep Wednesdays.
It's a good Wednesday.
Okay.
Deep cut Wednesday.
Now, is this blender from Blend Tech or is it some type of like minutia?
Oh no,
Ooh,
it's
no.
it's a ready-made or whatever. What's that kind? What's that brand?
How about it's a NutriBullet?
All right.
Let's say it's a
I'll
NutriBullet.
do it, but
Get
like-
all the vitamins out there.
Is my car around? Can I like drive?
Your car's around. You drove yourself there.
Then
You
why didn't I
drove-
just drive to like an Olive Garden?
You're
You
there.
drove from Olive Garden to Aerobex, and you were like, "I need help."
I'm gonna pretend like I know what a Robex is.
Robex is like a
It's like a
fancy
Jamba
Jamba
Juice.
juice.
So, you know what? I have things like that. Ever since I got that shit at Equinox where the fucking drain did I tell you I had like this drink like this? It's called like a cleanser, and I shat so
Oh,
much.
you talking
What is
about?
gonna- what was in it?
Wait,
It was
wait,
like a
you're talking
beet
about
cleanser.
Soylent, right? Talking about
No,
Soylent?
Soylent
No.
was fine. I had a cleanser and I drank it because I was buying it as a distraction. And I realized after that, like that day, after that day, I pooped like 3 more times.
Wait, you didn't know it was a
you-
cleanse?
Yeah.
Wait, are you sure it just wasn't like a laxative?
I think but it was like over the counter. Don't give me a laxative.
but what-
like,
You can get a laxative over the counter.
in a nice little refrigerator with sandwiches in it.
In a gym?
In a gym, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
What?
It was
What's your
definitely
laxative?
laxative. It
All right,
definitely
would you
helped.
chill out?
Would you? But you were trying to buy that, or you
No,
didn't know
I
what
was
it was?
buying that as a distraction. I was like, I'm gonna get this, and then I like.
You told me this story
Yeah.
because you didn't do anything at the gym. You just went to hang out because you thought somebody was there.
Yeah, I thought Kanye was.
Hold on. Pause. Rewind
I
the
talked
tape.
about this already.
Oh, you already talked about this on the show?
Yeah, on one of them, I did, but.
Were you being racist and you just saw a
No,
black
no, no.
guy?
I read it on the internet. Okay, I read that he was like
Oh,
fucking
okay.
down the street, and it like I was like, I'm never gonna have this chance again. So I went.
Please
and
tell
I-
me Darren was with you.
No, he didn't want to go.
You want to go, Darren?
yeah.
Why not?
It
creepy.
definitely was above
and
the
then
creep.
Kanye walked into the gym and he was like, "I'll sign autographs for anyone who's not about to shit themselves."
Wait, the thing I want to know is why did you feel obligated to buy a distraction?
Because the guy
are you
came-
distracting?
Because this guy came up to me and he was like, "Hi, can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I think actually."
Why don't you just live your truth and be like, yes, Kanye here?
Because that's the number one way.
That's how I normally go into places. Yeah, is Kanye here?
Yes, Kanye here.
Welcome to Del Taco. I'll do the question asking Del Taco.
Yeah, is
And,
Kanye here or not? No? Then I'll get a quesarito.
That shit made me shit.
Hey, great joke about the
Thanks, dog. I love it. Huh? Available now. at
How
Taco Bell.
long have you been doing this? The
I
up,
don't know,
up
man.
top, up top.
I've only been paying attention.
Mike
I'm
Falzone's
gonna
been
change
playing
the subject
basketball on
'cause I
the
don't like-
weekends.
I don't like what we're
It's a
talking about.
We're giving out a
life-changing
lot of
maneuver.
handshakes.
Can I change the
How,
subject?
Yeah,
how
of
many
course.
minorities do you play basketball with on the weekend?
There are people of every race.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Most
I
races
don't
are
believe
represented.
you.
There's too many people for
Asians?
it not to be.
Asians.
The best
Inuits?
person is Asian.
Asian people are great at everything. That just needs to
Are
be
there
known.
Inuits
true.
there?
I don't know. I can't speak on behalf
Of the Inuits?
of
Just
the
say
Inuit
you're on.
community.
Just say you're on Inuit patrol. and
How
they'll come
long do
out.
you
I'm
play
not
for
gonna say
when you're
that.
there? How long do you
3
play?
hours.
Are you serious?
approximately. Yeah.
Do people get angry at each other?
People pass out for sure. Yeah.
This
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
No,
like a-
I'm saying do they get angry
Sometimes
at each
people get overly aggressive. A couple
other? I
weeks
don't like
ago,
that.
I
That's
don't
why I
wanna-
don't play games with people.
I try to get punched in the face by those people.
Why?
Because immediately after that, you have to look around and see that you're playing basketball with a bunch of out of shape, loser comedy writers.
Yeah.
Right, for the most part.
That-
You got to be like, oh, no, I just struck a man in the face, and this is like, we're not playing for anything.
You're saying
No.
you
we're all
take
playing so we don't have a heart attack soon.
So you would take a punch to offer someone else an epiphany.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he
I
needs
think
to
it's really
realize
funny.
this isn't even like, when there's like a scout like out there or anything.
this
you're
is
not
the
trying to
first-
get
I
into
would
the
feel
NBA.
bad for any scout watching their basketball.
Right. Some
Oh
people.
man, that guy, I want him to write for Kimmel.
That's a pervert scout. Pervert. Let me watch these sweaty, overweight comedians playing basketball.
Yeah, some people get heated, and it's like, why are you?
I don't
What do you
like
think
it.
this is? But not a lot
It's
of
just a
people.
game.
If there are 30 people playing, maybe there's one person every 4 weeks that gets too into it.
Come on, guys,
Yeah.
let's go.
Darren,
I hate it.
Hustle,
Yeah.
hustle.
There's usually like a let's go, let's fucking go,
Oh, I don't
and
want
everyone's
that.
like, what the fuck?
If someone
That's
does
somebody
leave,
who played in high school or
if
college.
someone did that around me while I was trying to play basketball with friends, I would splash water in their face and say, "You need to stop being a ridiculous person."
Hey, somebody give me some water.
Somebody use water so I can splash it in this person's face.
Yeah.
Darren and I used to go play basketball on the weekends, and what I've noticed is that the most poor-looking person is the best basketball player out
course.
there because he has nothing to lose.
And they have
ratty
nothing
shoes.
else to do than to
nothing
play
else
basketball
do.
all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, if he's like laying on the ground in the grass, he's gonna be real good.
Yeah, you show up and you think he's hurt because he's laying in the grass.
He's like, no, I've just been playing since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
when it opened.
Then you get crossed up and you shit yourself in your tights.
I don't
I
like
never
it.
play with those dudes though.
I just don't like it when people are like, let's do this, man. We're going to do it like NBA rules, man, and we're going to do this right. And it's like, can't we just throw a ball around and like friends?
Yeah, you can.
But you need to select people for that.
100%.
Yeah, like you need to know the right people to play with.
Yeah, no one knows about this. This isn't public knowledge, but I'll say it on the podcast for sure. There's me and 3 or 4 other people started this thing that has grown to like 30 to 60 people every Saturday. And 3 of the 5 people who started it are now starting a secret game on Sunday.
Because they
That's like
can't
way
handle it.
less aggressive.
Because they can't handle the
yeah, and they just want to show up and be worse than everybody.
yeah.
You know, if you
No
now
one's
it's
trying
like
to
you got to
like
come
school
early.
people and shit.
And you got to make sure one of the tall good guys is on your team so you have a fighting chance of playing twice in a row.
But I mean, like, why does it have to be like that?
It doesn't have to be like that, but when somebody tells a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend,
Then someone's
just
gonna come
shows
and be
up.
a big butt.
yeah, somebody's going to come and be a big butt every once
And
in
how
a
do
while.
you feel about that?
I think it's hilarious.
Are you part of the secret league? That
Yeah, the
is just
secret
chillin'?
games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're part of the chillin'.
Yeah, I haven't shown
what's your
up, but
record on the secret game?
I haven't shown up yet, but I did tell them I was going to show up 3 or 4 times.
Do you have a record? Are you proud of yourself? Do you know how many baskets you've made?
I usually come home and I say, "Hey Zoya, I made 2 out of 15 baskets today,"
And
and she's
she'll
like,
say-
"Oh, I'll buy you a pizza or some
Yeah.
shit like that."
I think Kobe Bryant has the record for most missed shots in the NBA.
Yeah, but he
actually
also
does.
makes a lot more.
But that's how it has to happen.
Is that do people actually count his shots?
Yeah,
and
every
stuff?
game.
People,
Every
dude,
characters.
professional sports, every statistic that could possibly be recorded is recorded, and almost none of it makes any sense. It's just things
None of
to
it
say.
matters.
No,
Imagine if we all were statisticians were watching everything that we did. And
Comedy statisticians?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and they were keeping track of everything that we did.
Yeah.
Every joke that we did that either landed or didn't land.
Yeah.
Or like videos that did well or poorly or some kind of crazy shit.
You guys
like
ever
that.
notice that porn stars, like some of them say the same line? They have like a line and they say it
Like,
3 or 4
oh
times.
God?
Yeah, or like
I'm
it's just-
gonna.
yeah, or like yeah, he's that good or something, and they keep saying
I
that
don't
one
like.
thing.
So
I don't like the
good.
chitty chatty ones.
I don't like it either.
unless
I mean,
I'm
it's-
in a chitty chatty mood that night.
because the thing is you already know porn is fake. Like they're not
makes
actually
it
getting
faker.
off or anything. And so when they're saying stuff like, "Ooh, yeah, I like that a lot," you're like, "No, you
Yours
don't.
sounds
No, you
real
don't.
southern.
You like that a lot, or what?"
Now that sounded like a Star Wars character,
I mean, I wasn't trying to like replicate a real porn person's.
and that sounds like you.
yeah, it was me.
Steve,
It
if
was
you
me
were-
saying it.
If you were gonna be in a porn, like say they met your quote.
Coochie Man 3.
They met your quote and you were allowed to write direct and star in the porn, but you must be seen having full sex, what would you want to do? How
Like
would you want
every
to do it?
time?
And unfortunately, you couldn't get in on the ground floor of Coochie Man 1 for whatever reason.
Or
so you got to
two.
hop in
You
2
have to
movies
do.
down the line.
You have to do Coochie Man 3.
So what?
It's a
What are you
sequel.
asking me?
I'm
Coochie-
asking you.
What's your
So
line?
yeah, like what's your line, and how would you enter the scene? What would be your sex scene in Coochie Man 3?
This is going to, without even knowing the answer to this is going to be my favorite podcast. Go ahead. How does Steve enter the porno
How
scene?
does he enter the
and
scene?
What is
and
his
how is he
one
going to deal
line?
with the intense
I got
canon
mine.
that comes from Coochie Man 1 and 2?
I got
Sure.
mine.
Well, I think I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, okay. You're just hanging out in the
Just
Cooch
hanging
Cave?
out in the Cooch Cave.
The extra becomes the star.
Yeah, and I'm just like hanging out, and like fucking all the other dudes are just like total douchebags.
So Coochie Man and his Cooch cronies?
Sure, the Cooch crew.
Yeah, the
The
Cooch,
Cooch crew.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on my Cooch couch, and I'm sitting there chilling. And she just comes over, and she's like, "Dude, you're fucking rocking it over here."
And
I'm
she's
like,
just,
Wait,
who
what-
is she?
some girl, some beautiful woman.
So, okay, so just some beautiful woman has wandered into the Cooch Cave, and this is a common
No.
occurrence.
This the Cooch Cave is always a party, man.
Always happening.
Always a party, and there's always women, there's always men, less men than women.
It's like the Playboy Mansion in that way.
Yeah, man. And
called
I'm
the
just
Cooch Cave.
chilling.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling. I'm fucking drinking alcohol, and I'm like,
Which you're so good at in
yeah,
real life
man.
anyway.
Just good at drinking alcohol.
I would like a
Dude.
double alcohol, please.
I'm lighting cigarettes.
You're not,
Not even smoking them yet.
No, I'm just
lighting them
lighting
and putting
man.
them down.
I'm just a nice guy. I go around lighting them.
Give me a couple shots of raw booze and a couple cigarettes.
Yeah,
need a
no,
light?
give me a lighter, and I'll be ready to light your cigarette.
Okay, so she comes over.
She's like, dude, you're nailing it over here. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Whatever, man. I'm a Cooch. And she's like, I'd like to find a bedroom that's empty for us to make love in. And I'm like, that's about right. And then I go like, hold on, I gotta light some more cigarettes. I'll meet you there. And then I go in there, and it's on. There's lovemaking going
so
on. in there.
what is your I'm trying to find the
You're
name for the line.
So, right, so things are escalating.
Yeah.
And you're reaching your climax.
Sure,
and
your
and this is the
physical climax.
perfect time
Yeah.
to drop the signature Steve Zaragoza porn line
Okay.
that you'll repeat a few times before
This is
you
it. I got
finally.
it. This is it. Are
Yeah,
you ready?
And what is it?
I say, excuse me, stop what you're doing. You're about to get cooched. That's what I say. Excuse me, stop what you're doing. You're about to get cooched.
It's a little long to
Yeah.
repeat a few times.
No,
but I'll take
excuse
it.
me, stop what you're doing. You're about to get cooched.
What's that look like in your head?
Is that real sexy?
I'm the dude in that one.
Now, were you wearing a hat for this entire
Yeah,
sex scene?
dude, I don't take my hat off.
And what does
While I
that
make love or
What does the
anything.
hat say on it?
It says cooch.
the same thing, word for word.
It says,
Stop.
excuse me, stop what you're doing. You're about to get cooched.
It's like a Judith Freeland.
Like world's karate champion.
Except all the font is super small just to fit all that.
Yeah,
shit. Oh,
you gotta
yeah.
fit it.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What about you,
Yeah.
Will?
I don't
Well-
You've been
know.
thinking about this for
Yeah, yeah.
I
at
don't
least
know.
this whole
What's your
conversation.
scenario, man?
I was like really.
What's your porn
I
debut?
don't really have one.
You
I
got
was-
a porn
Come
debut.
on.
You got
I
it.
was
You
like,
know you got one.
I mean, like we're like on the 12th floor of like this building, and like you
What
can
is it,
look
nice?
out. Yeah, and it's like one of those POV videos, and then like, so like she's like, "Do you want me?" And I jump out the window, like I break it.
The
And
opposite way.
Yeah,
Why,
like
you don't
I-
want-
Oh wait, so
you know,
it's your POV.
Yeah, and I'm falling down the building like last. I'm looking up and you can see her look out the window scared, like with a blanket, and then I hit a car. Like I'm on it like in the Dark Knight. You remember like in the Dark Knight when the
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, the fat guy
Yeah.
is eating the thing.
yeah, no,
The
that's-
sandwich?
No,
No, that's in the first one. That's
That
in
still
Batman
happens
Begins.
though, didn't it?
No.
Didn't he fall and
Oh,
hit a thing?
actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't want to fall backwards like that. So take out the part where you can see her. Now I'm gonna fall like in the beginning of the Dark Knight where he jumps on the car.
Yeah.
I was thinking about when the person falls on the car.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about the beginning of the Dark Knight when he jumps on the car and he goes, "I'm not wearing hockey pads." So like, imagine me falling, and then the person's like, "What the fuck, my BMW?" And I go, "I'm not wearing hockey pads."
You should say,
That's-
"I'm not wearing a condom."
What's your line, bro?
I'm not wearing a condom.
and that's just the end of the video.
Yeah.
Wait.
Can
I've
we
had
presume that there was
sex line.
that someone else wandered into that room and had
No.
sex with her while you were
Hold
gone?
on. Your
This just
sex
reminds
line-
me, I have never had a real sex dream before. However, I have had several dreams where I got close to having sex and then I didn't have a condom or something happened.
Wait,
so
so-
that's perfect.
Wait,
Even in your
So
own-
your
my
sex
own
line,
dreams.
your sex line is she's doing good, and you're fucking
She's ready
going
for
at
it.
it, and
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
jump-
and you just say, "I'm not wearing a condom," and you
Well, I
get it.
still
That's
jumped
the
out
good
the
part.
window. I jumped out the window.
no,
like,
but you're saying officially your sex line is I'm not wearing.
I'm not wearing a condom.
yeah.
I mean, what? Don't you think she knew that already?
Well,
she's
sex,
probably-
just
sex isn't
reiterating.
about learning new things.
That's
Yeah,
a great
but like
point.
she probably was all right with you not having a condom on when you started, and you just reminded her later you're not wearing a condom still.
Yeah. Well, I know. And if you had seen the beginning of Open Boy Dialogue 3, you would know.
Why are all of these in long-running franchises?
Yeah, why can't you jump in on the ground floor?
Yeah,
of one
get
of
a
these?
good one. Start her off.
I'm not the type of director that goes in with the beginning. I like to finish stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just thought you're an idea, man. You would have at least an idea.
I'm doing
swear
a
to
porn about.
fucking God, if you don't let me do what I want to do in my porn, I don't care if you budgeted the bullshit. This is my pornography, and the way it's gonna be shot is I try to kill myself, but then I end up making a Dark Knight
All right,
reference
hang
and
on,
change it
hang
to a
on,
concept.
hang on,
Sounds
hang on,
like
hang on,
Kanye
hang on.
West
I've got
directing a
hold
porn.
on. I've
You
got
don't
a
have
porn.
the answers, Lieberman.
Hold on, I've got a porn for you, Will. Will, can I suggest a porn for you?
Yeah.
It's called I.O. Yes, and it's your Black Steve Jobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I got the beanie
You got the
on-
turtleneck,
the
turtleneck.
beanie,
yeah,
the
and you're
turtleneck.
like,
It's a chest beanie.
and you're like, this is your line, and just one more thing. You know what I mean? Because doesn't he say that?
Yeah, that was
There's
his
just
thing.
one more thing at the Steve Jobs when he says that, and then he announces the iPhone 6.
So instead of announcing the iPhone, you ejaculate.
It just one more thing. And then you ejaculate.
I'm not the type of guy to run into parody. You know, in this porn game, I'm doing something called satire. I take on genres. Sure. I take on ideas, things that can resonate with anyone. In Open Boy Dialogue 3, Revenge of My Motherfucking Dick, I'm not doing this Steve Jobs bullshit, and I love him.
You don't like I.O. Yes?
No.
Not to get too off topic, what happened to your dick in the first two movies that
Yeah.
it needs revenge now?
First one, it got chopped off. The second one, it got diced up.
Wait,
Shit.
so now
I
what
wanna-
is your dick a ghost?
I've never wanted to see a movie so bad in my
Yes.
life.
It's not really a ghost, it's just a shadow.
Oh, okay.
When
So
you cast something that large,
it's a shadow dick, but
You're
it,
banging with
it
a shadow?
works.
Yeah.
It enters. It's not all chopped.
So
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
only have sex with Peter Pan's shadow at this point.
I didn't.
You've worked
fuck
yourself.
Peter Pan's shadow.
Worked
He
yourself into a
came to
corner.
me.
And just so we're clear, you're not wearing a condom during any of this.
No.
Apparently, you don't have to when you're having
when
sex
you're
with
a
a
shadow.
the
I-
absence of light. Yeah.
I want to become rich. Weren't we talking about this on something else? I want to become rich so my new job could be to be the person at open mics that just gets up there and gets mad. I want,
Is that what you think that person is? You think that person's rich?
No, I mean that's
why they're
that's the
doing
only
that?
way I could let myself do some bullshit like that is if I was like, all right, I don't have to work for the rest of my life. So about 11:30 at night, I'm gonna go, fuck,
I'm too rich.
I'm too rich.
My
You guys ever notice when you're too rich that people are like always asking you for money and shit? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, no laughs again this week. See you later.
See you later.
I'm gonna go Scrooge McDuck something.
Yeah. Clip on your jetpack and just crash through the ceiling.
Yeah. Dude, you're gonna have to stop coming back. This place is in tatters.
I own the building.
I just realized some people like to just get mad in public, right? Like, you
Yeah.
know, you've been
Sure.
into a Popeyes before. There should
that
be
what they do?
I mean,
Is that the
yeah.
barometer of anger? in
Yeah.
I don't
public?
go
Yeah,
in
yeah.
alone.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
Go
Yeah,
to
there's a lot of
Popeyes.
angry people there.
Yeah, I mean, like, there should be a place where people can all gather
Sure.
and be angry in front of
Anger
each
is the
other.
reason why American food is so large. The portions are so large.
Because they always get mad, like,
they
that's
get
not
mad.
enough for my
I'm
money.
paying $6 for this.
Yeah.
I want more meat.
Because your fucking dumb ass doesn't realize that you don't
Yeah.
need this much fucking food.
No one needs that much food.
Their food's not that
You know where
good.
there's a lot of angry white people every morning, no matter
Disneyland?
what?
What?
Well, yes, but the Whole Foods where they sell coffee in Whole Foods.
Oh, I don't want to.
Always angry white people complaining about
why is
real
this taking
simple
so long?
shit.
God, why is it taking so long?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
believe
just-
it or not, you didn't have time to go to Whole Foods this morning, but you did it anyway.
Man, I was at a Rite Aid the other day buying some stuff, and this woman was helping me buy stuff, and there was this other lady coming with like her.
What woman was helping you buy stuff?
I think she's like a lady
Was she
that
fucking
buys,
black? Tell
that
the truth.
sells things.
Was she fucking black?
The lady that I'm about to mention?
is she
No,
black?
she wasn't. She was a white woman. But she comes over with her stuff, with all of her stuff. She sets it down on the conveyor belt, and the checkout lady is like getting my stuff and like getting my receipt and everything. And the woman with all the stuff on the conveyor belt goes, "Excuse me, are you open? 'Cause your light's off. Your light's off." And I was like, what part of what this woman's doing right now doesn't look like she's open right now and working?
Yeah.
Like, what part of this isn't her completing a transaction?
Well, I guess sometimes
It's terrible.
if you're in the middle of someone and you turn your light off, I think
You're in
that's
the
like
middle
the
of
universal.
someone?
If you're in the middle of checking somebody
checking
out as the
someone out.
cashier and you
Right.
turn your light off, it means like no one after that.
Yeah.
But like definitely don't scream.
Don't scream at someone.
Yeah.
That's not just because they're working in the service industry
Here's
doesn't mean
a
you get
good-
to yell at them.
Right. Here's a good thing. Absolutely use as much of your common sense as you possibly can before you
people
yell
don't
at
do that.
anyone in
People
public.
don't like to do that.
Not even close.
Using common sense is too hard for
we
people.
should, if you're
They ask somebody else to use their common sense
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Before they even
it
try.
should be legal, especially in states like California, to murder whoever you want in public.
no.
Illegal,
Yeah.
you said?
I think it should be
agree.
legal too. I think so too. I think the purge should be
Illegal.
real.
No, it should be legal.
I think the
But
purge.
If
No, I
someone's
think the
being too
opposite.
loud,
No.
if someone's being too loud in a fucking Whole Food, and I was like trying to figure out which kind of root beer I wanted because y'all have like 5 different types of sugar, then I should be able to murder them.
Look,
think
if
it's all cane
murder
sugar.
was legal, you would be seeing people get murdered every day, multiple times
That's
a day.
true.
There's
That's
parts of the
We would
world
have
where
a-
that happens.
We would have a global population of 1 million people.
Part of that. There's parts of the
Yeah.
world where that happens every day.
And only the murderous people would survive.
Only the murderous people.
So
it's like either you have to become a murderer, or we would have never made it this far.
Hey, man,
the
survival
other
of the fittest, you know
children
what I mean?
would have destroyed us.
Yeah.
Sure. Most other children would still destroy me, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
there are a lot of middle schoolers that could whoop my ass.
I can't kill anyone because I don't think I'm that much better than anyone
Yeah,
else. Even
I
if
feel-
they do some horrible shit, I'm like, well, you probably have a mom or
Like
something
there's
that would be
something
sad.
going on. Yeah, like, someone cuts you off in traffic. It's like, I have no idea what's going on in that person's life. It must suck.
Yeah.
It must suck.
You know what else sucks? When you're carrying a lot of stuff from your car into your home and you
Yeah.
have all your hands full and you drop your keys.
Oh, shit.
Fucking
Furious.
nightmare.
and
Yeah.
someone was behind you, and they have the audacity to be like,
To kiss you when you're down there?
Yeah.
Sick of it.
That's the
Yeah.
worst.
Oh, and then the keys fall through the openings in the stairs, and they fall to the next
Yeah.
floor. So-
Now it's very specific, but yes, that also sucks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, Mike Falzone,
What?
if
tell
you
us more about Mussolini.
tell us more about Mussolini.
He, I believe, was an Italian man, about 5'9".
Yeah.
That's all I know.
What do you know about
Mussolini.
Chef Boyardee?
Chef Boyardee probably gave me stomach problems as a
Do
small
you
child.
think Chef Boyardee is a real chef, or do you think that person is a drawing like Mickey Mouse?
Is Mickey Mouse a real mouse?
No, that's
No.
what I'm saying.
Well, then, no, I don't think so. I
Do you think
he's
Chef
just a man with
Boyardee
a
is
chef.
a drawing and a creation?
I think at the very least, if he's real, he pronounces his name
What if-
differently.
My name is
What if they
Boyardee.
made? You know they're closing
Probably.
down one of the lands in Disneyland.
No, they're
What-
not.
Are they not? Oh,
No.
For the Star Wars
Yeah,
thing?
I
They're
thought they
not.
were.
No.
What if they built a new one though that was just like mostly empty except for like the places you could buy Powerade and like snacks, but it was mostly just like guys walking around going like "fuck you."
So
What
just
would
like
that be called?
Hate Land?
Hate land, yeah.
What's it
this
called? Van Nuys Land?
Will, do you remember that
Badass,
idea for a
yeah.
restaurant you had that
Lower
was like
East Side
Rainforest
Land?
Cafe?
Oh yeah, it was like
Will had an idea for a Rainforest Cafe where it was like the ghetto.
the ghetto.
And there'd be a guy that wants to steal your shit.
yeah, hop about them sneakers. Yeah.
There's like a
Just for
robot
the experience?
that pops out of the
Cause
bush.
you know, yeah, because like you know, at the Rainforest Cafe, it'll be like an ape, but it'll just be there
Like
for.
an animatronic?
So it's the Urban Jungle
Yeah.
Cafe?
Yeah.
You know what? You know how at Rainforest Cafe, how like every hour there's like a show,
turns on,
and
yeah.
it's like the lightning and the rain and stuff like that.
The rain
At
forest.
your version, every hour there's a riot. that
Oh, right.
happens.
yeah.
You're in the
But
middle
like
of
the
a riot.
cops come in and start shooting.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god.
And there's riot gear and tear gas.
That
and
has
stuff.
to be like
It's
at
nice.
least an art exhibit or something. Like I
Banksy's
need to work
working
on
on
it.
it.
Banksy has a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he has
Dismaland.
Dismaland.
Yeah.
Mine was way better. He just like he made a parody. Mine is like just straight up
No,
stupid.
his
Yeah.
is like
Will doesn't do
political
parody,
satire.
okay?
I mean,
He
I
does
do. I
satire.
totally do.
Banksy's
I do.
is political
I do.
satire.
Can I do a suggestion for yours?
Yeah.
The glass window, all the pieces are on strings, right? So somebody throws a chair through
yeah.
the glass, but then like after the show's over, it kind of all like
all comes
Yeah, it
back.
goes back.
Or it could be a projection
that's true of light.
with sounds and everything, and it looks like the glass hits the ground.
I wanna
or
make
real
a
glass, and if you get
Disneyland-
hit, you get hit.
What if I
You
made
know?
a Disneyland of
like
all
that.
the different ghettos? Like this is like the Harlem ghetto.
Yeah.
This is the Bay Area ghetto. This is Compton. That would be so.
I don't
It's just
think
all
anyone
West
This is
would.
Coast.
Nambia.
I don't think anyone
Wherever
would
that is.
pay
Namibia.
to go to that.
Yeah,
that
if you were
exists. You
like-
can go there.
People live.
I know a couple white kids that would like really want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich white people. Let's see what it's
Yeah.
like to live in the ghetto.
Yeah.
It should also be a thing
There.
that no matter what, they get actually jumped in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like,
No
oh, you
matter
thought you
what.
could pay for this experience? This is somebody's real life. Now you
Well,
get
you
jumped
want to
in
be
the
a
parking
part of
lot.
this shit?
I want them to
Yeah.
throw the money back in your face, and you like I paid with card. Like they have coins.
You guys are like talking about every single thing about this restaurant, but it seems like there's no food. Is
Oh,
there food?
No, there's
It's-
food. There's a full menu.
And it's delicious.
menu.
4
Yeah,
stars.
It's full menu.
Brunch?
Oh, yeah, it's
Brunch on
gourmet.
Sundays?
Oh, it's
some
real
well
good
done
shit.
seared scallops that were to die for.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you have that cordon bleu?
Gordon Bleh.
Oh, shit.
What were you talking about?
So
All
my
sorts of
Disneyland of
shit.
the ghetto.
We're
but,
talking
like,
about porn and everything.
Yeah. I want to know Falzone's porn line.
Oh, we're back to that.
Yeah.
I thought I escaped.
What's your scenario and your line?
Okay, well, let's see. I like the idea that I'm the camera guy. And the maybe she's making love to an older gentleman who enters cardiac arrest at some point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you got to finish up the job.
So that guy's dead, but she's still like, I got to get paid. This is a job.
but
right?
there's
Right.
a dead guy there.
People
yeah,
die
and
every day.
I can't like it's only us three, so like I'm not gonna move the
So
guy.
it's like a threesome
If
almost.
somebody died
kind of
inside
like
of
where
me,
we probably finish up on top of him, just proximity wise, but he's not like involved in the. He's just there. It's like a
Is
mattress.
it gay if he's dead?
That's not a question for me to answer.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
stay in my lane. I think.
What do you think, Will? Is it gay if you're making love to a woman and there's a dead dude there?
oh,
and you kiss him
well.
every once in a while, but no one sees.
I'm gonna stay in my lane too, and I'm not gonna answer.
Lieberman?
I need to learn how to do that.
Is it gay?
I'm gonna
wanna
stay in
play
my
that
lane.
clip
And I'm gonna-
I wish someone would answer
I
my
need to learn how to do
question.
that.
Why don't you let us
We
know
don't
down
know
in the
the answers.
comments?
Yeah, that's a good comment.
Is
question.
it gay if you're making love to someone and you accidentally touch a dead guy's dick?
I
How
would
can I-
like a
With your
scientific breakdown of this, please.
Sure.
Like no less than 3 paragraphs, and I would like them all cited from academic
What
journals.
was
You
the
better
world like?
motherfucking check your spelling errors, bitch.
I don't
That's my
remember.
line. That would be my line.
That's your line?
Yeah.
You better check your motherfucking spelling errors, bitch.
But I would be too nervous to offend the lady by saying bitch, so I'd say B. You know, I'd stutter a little bit because I wanted to say bitch, but I'm like, at the last second, I'm like, oh, that's
You
offensive.
better
Let's hear
check
it.
your
Do your line.
spelling.
is you B. Like
Yeah,
that, like all
B.
nervous like all nervous like that.
Oh no.
I think. I don't
Okay.
know.
No, that's good. That's putting you like right in the place of the audience. You know, you're a nice audience surrogate.
Yeah, I
Because
would.
they're not gonna say bitch.
No, I mean they might, but they're worse.
what if this was the first ever SourceFed podcast?
There wouldn't be a second ever SourceFed podcast.
Would it be a good topic that we're all talking about here?
I don't know.
I mean, like,
How young do you think the youngest person who watches SourceFed is?
12?
The youngest?
and actually gets it. How old is the
lower.
oldest person that watches SourceFed?
Ooh, good question.
There could. I've never seen anyone
My mom
over
watches
50
SourceFed,
something.
but she
Yeah,
watches it for
but
me.
we don't like her.
How about this? Let's say
I'll
two
kill you, Will.
high school freshmen
Yeah.
walk into the lunchroom and they love SourceFed and they
I've
say,
heard this one.
"What did you see? Did you see SourceFed yesterday? Yada yada yada. What is the back and forth? Like, did you see that episode of White Wall Table Talk?
Do we have any like catch up to do?
What is the
Like-
high school water cooler talk
Oh
about SourceFed?
man,
is
Mike
what I'm saying.
Falzone sure made a good joke about Disney on the podcast.
Man, I hope he stays on long enough for us to get sick of him.
Yeah.
Mike Lieberman, what's your line?
Mike Lee.
Mike
Mac Miller Lieberman.
That's my line. Is Mike Lieberman? What's your
Mike Lieberman. What's your situation and what's your porno
Oh
line?
boy. Okay. Well, if we're going with trilogies, I guess I would hop on.
Mine wasn't a trilogy, was it?
Yes, it was. You were in Coochie Man 3.
Oh, I didn't make that up.
You were in Coochie
That
Man
was
3.
Will's
Yeah.
thing.
I was in Open
Well,
Boy
you're in it.
Dialogue 3.
Open Boy Dialogue 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on Pump Train 3.
Pump Train.
Pump Train.
Cool.
Oh,
It's a runaway train, kind of like Snowpiercer, how it like travels the whole world all
and
the
instead
time.
of running on coal, it runs on humps.
no, I
Yeah.
think what it really
Sperms.
is this guy has been moving this train for the past 3 movies with his dick.
With his dick.
He fucks this train into existence.
I
but he
like-
decides he doesn't want to anymore.
Can I suggest a new way for this train to move around?
Yeah.
Instead of throwing hot coal into the fire, you have to throw hot loads into it.
Oh, so
That's essentially what we're saying.
this was
Yeah.
an easy way for men to get jobs during the Great Depression.
yeah,
I
it's
have
just
a-
lend their loads to the mighty train.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but a man's sperm is highly flammable.
Sure. No, I
Don't
yes,
ever put a match
absolutely.
down to some loads.
I have a logistics question.
Let's
Sure.
hear it, babies.
Are there, when I imagine coal being thrown into a furnace, I imagine there's a pile of coal and there's shovels and there's kind of 3 or 4 guys
Yep.
getting it in there nice.
Yep.
If it's semen, are they
Getting it in there
do
nice.
they do
yeah.
it physically with their own equipment
That's
that
what
they
I'm
have?
thinking. That's
No,
what I'm
there's a
thinking.
big there's a big pile and they have to shovel
They're
it.
shoveling it? All right, I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm not watching
But
it, but I'm
look,
into it.
No,
Look,
yeah. I'll produce it. but
I'm real
not.
conflicted because I've been moving this train, keeping it running real nice for the last 2 films. But and now I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of it. But we've got a shipment of important antibiotics.
Yeah.
We got to get to the Children's Hospital
That's
in
beautiful.
New York City.
Weird and beautiful.
Yeah. And if we don't get enough fucking done,
Yeah.
these kids are gonna die.
You know how that movie ends? Somebody taps you on the shoulder and be like, you don't need to, this train runs on coal. What are you doing?
All right.
Yeah,
Stop.
but guess what, man? It works anyway. So
If
get up.
Keanu Reeves-
Hey, this is your stop.
Yeah. We just throw them off a cliff.
We're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Sorry, pal.
You don't get to declare shit like
If
that.
Keanu Reeves wanted to fight you, would you accept the request?
Yes.
Keanu Reeves?
No.
Yeah.
Keanu
that guy
Reeves
would
is
kick my ass.
He's like the nicest guy
He is. He
on the
is.
planet.
He
But
is.
what
So
if he really wanted to beat you up?
if he wants to fight me, it's probably for a good reason.
Like charity.
Yeah, like this fight, the proceeds of the webcast of him beating the shit out of me will go to a great charity, something like that's protecting the animals or the children or somebody.
Or a train
Okay.
delivering medicine
What's
to
the-
kids.
Exactly.
What's the name of the dude that plays Ross on Friends?
David Schwimmer?
I don't know the difference between him and Keanu Reeves. That's the same guy.
One is
huge
David
difference.
Schwimmer.
Yeah,
There's
but
a
like
massive difference.
Are you guys
Yeah,
are you
same
guys
guy.
watching the
Yo.
OJ Simpson?
I'm
show?
watching it.
Now
I
I'm
hate it.
picturing
I love
David
it.
Schwimmer in everything that Keanu Reeves is in.
I
yeah,
like
that'd
that's
be weird.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I can do kung fu.
I don't like all the Kim Kardashian shit in the show.
That's the most ridiculous part.
I hate it.
He's like
In this
so,
show?
It's so
yeah,
bad.
in this show. We talk about Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian entirely too much on the SourceFed podcast.
Yeah, let's get off.
Have
of
we
that.
ever?
No, they
Oh.
on
Oh, the O.J.
the People
Simpson
versus
show.
O.J. Simpson. Yeah, there's like tons of Kim Kardashian shit because
Okay, we were
Robert
talking about this. So
Kardashian's
this
in
is
it.
a show about O.J. Simpson and like what happened. He okay, fuck him. I mean, I know he's a murderer and all that, but he better be getting some money for the show. If I was,
I don't think he is.
No, he's not.
Like he's still alive. and
yeah,
they're
but
telling his
it's
story.
based on a book. It's based on a book
okay.
that was all about it.
Yeah, I would just be pissed if I was alive and there was a show out about me and I wasn't getting any money from
The
it.
People versus William Haynes.
Yeah.
There's ain't nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, like he fucked up and murdered. So, but I remember what somebody showed me. I think it was Luis or Spencer showed me a video of. So like there was this show that they were like selling O.J. Simpson where he would like prank people, and he was like, "Hey, it's me, O.J. Simpson," and they're like, "Ah, it's so weird. This is a real thing." In real
Everyone's
life.
just nervous.
What
Yeah.
is OJ
Is
doing
it called
right now?
This
OJ
was years
did it?
ago. It was some. It was
How
called
long-
It's me,
Spanked or-
OJ.
OJ went to prison for a little bit,
Or
right?
juiced.
Yeah, and it wasn't
for like
for the thing.
for different things.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah, no, he's now in prison for a different crime.
He is in
He's
prison,
in prison
right
right
now.
now?
He's in prison right now.
He fucked up.
I think for a different murder.
So, dude, if you get away with murder, just don't leave home ever again. Just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think OJ's porn line would be?
He'd be like, "You're about to get juiced."
He'd be like, huh, the glove does fit.
yeah.
Right?
Well, no,
Thanks,
that's
man.
what he says when he puts the condom on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the glove does fit.
Yeah, the glove does fit.
I'm not wearing a glove.
He says, "I didn't do it."
You know what kind of porn I hate?
Like Steve Urkel, like after
Yeah.
he comes, she's like, "Hey," he's like, "I didn't do it."
Yeah.
Hey,
You know
Will,
what I think?
Did I do that?
Will, I hate this.
I know it's real bad, huh?
I hate it.
Flipping
But you
his
know what-
cord
you know
around.
what-
Don't
know
you
what
have a
genre-
cord? Why do you have to fuck with my cord?
Fine.
Fuck with your own
You guys
cord.
realize that these are noises that the listeners now have to
It's
deal with.
horrible. It's all
But you know
horrible.
what genre of porn that I find so unrealistic
Why don't you
and
tell
more
us
funny?
about it?
You mean pornography?
There's this subgenre where it's like
The
okay.
newscaster one.
No,
Sick of that. I don't want
The
I've
that.
never seen
cartoon
that.
one. God damn, it's so
The
unrealistic.
one where it's like the guy's like, all right, I'm in the bed with my girlfriend, and I want you to sneak in the bed and have sex with me in the bed with my girlfriend.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, like
hold
my
on,
girlfriend's
like
asleep.
additional
stuff.
person?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like having sex while her friend's asleep or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, I
there's
don't
three
like it.
people. I feel like that would never work.
Who
Yeah,
is the
it's
girl
always
he's convincing?
Fake. It's
Yeah.
always fake.
First of all,
Yeah.
the guy is horrible
So
for
fake.
needing to do that.
Yeah.
Second of all, can you imagine like the Tinder conversation or the text back and forth? Be like, I swear she's a sound sleeper. She tells
a
me
deep
about her
sleeper.
dreams every night. Rapid eye movement. You can see it.
Yeah.
She's not
The
going
only
to
way
I've
that would
conducted
work.
scientific tests over the last 3 months, proving conclusively that she would sleep
only-
through a jackhammer.
I think the
Which I
only
have.
way that would work is if the girl's in a coma. Like my girlfriend's in a coma. Let's make love.
There we
she's
go.
still
That's,
in, like-
that's your new porn channel. Is my girlfriend's in a coma?
Yeah.
Girlfriend's in a coma.
It's not cheating if she's in a coma, according to the publicity materials for this.
And then you just have your,
Porn
your
And then bam.
coma-ridden girlfriend in your bed,
Yeah.
not a hospital
No,
bed.
it's outpatient care.
What if? What if right now you woke up in a hospital? Wouldn't you be so confused?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were doing a shitty podcast, and then
But that happens.
It was going
That happens
nowhere.
We were talking
people.
about a
we
jizz-powered
just making me
train.
nervous.
Isn't that weird that that happens to people? I think that's the worst part about having
Yeah.
my brain. I always think about
I think
real
you need
fucked
to
up
do
shit like
more
that.
enjoying your healthy life that you have, and not think so much
Yeah.
about all the bad shit.
Are
that
you a
could happen.
hypochondriac?
Wait, you know what,
Well,
man?
a
I'm
little
about to
bit.
get philosophical on you boys here.
Spell that.
They say consciousness is a real bad thing because that's what makes us afraid of the hospital.
I remember Friedrich Nietzsche did say that in his
Because
most
a
current
doggies
work.
don't care.
A doggies doesn't care.
A cat don't care. If
Catacomb
Catacomb
doesn't.
ended up in the hospital, he'd be like, I'm not
I'm
at
different.
home.
I'm
Let's
somebody
get-
else's
let's get
house.
out of here.
I'm not at home.
I would
Yeah.
much rather wake up in the hospital than a lot of places.
What about the
Name
whore
6.
house?
Name
What about
6.
Miami?
Whorehouse, crack house, Miami. No,
Jizz train, jizz powered train.
jizz powered train.
The steam room in a jizz
Space.
They're
bag.
like, okay,
Underwater.
no. You wake up in the boiling room where they put all the jizz in, and all these dudes are like, Lieberman, we're out. We need you. Or the train's gonna like
We're
blow
out.
up.
We're all out. Yeah.
We only need one more
We're all out,
ejaculation.
and the Wi-Fi connection is down. You got to do something.
And like you work so hard, but you still stop like 5 feet from the station.
Only
It
one
comes screeching
man.
to a halt.
Only one man can jerk off without Wi-Fi and under all this amazing pressure.
Yeah.
Matt Lieberman.
Yeah,
Matt Lieberman.
Who has the imagination to power this train back to New Jersey?
Matt Lieberman.
What's your line? Did we get your line?
It was
All aboard!
no. It was
I'm Mike Lieberman.
I'm
Mike Lieberman.
Mike Lieberman.
That's the thing that ruins the movie. I was totally into it until that.
I'm Mike Lieberman. It's not even your name.
And it's like this is like a very creative, like high budget porn.
Yeah.
Like a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
money and time went into making this.
There-
Like way more
It
creativity.
looks
on
exactly
hand.
like
Flares
the
and
Polar
everything.
Express.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think
we
anyone
actually
wants
got
that
the
in their
real
porn.
CGI Polar Express.
I don't think anybody. I'm gonna go off on a limb and say I don't think anybody wants that to happen in their porn.
Why do we
I don't
keep
want
acting-
I don't think-
production value?
They don't. No, they don't want the guy to be like I'm Mike Lieberman in the middle of them fucking.
I like
someone.
how this is the only porn that does not have a woman in it, and there's not even any fucking.
No, there's
bunch of
fucking.
dudes-
There's
no,
fucking.
it's a bunch
he
of
has
dudes-
a line. He has a line.
Yeah.
He only says
No,
it
the
when he's
ladies
fucking.
come down there to basically get the men to come so they can fuel this
What do they
train.
dance or
Yeah,
something?
Will, get your head out of your
No.
ass.
I just
You
imagine this
pull
room
out,
with
Will.
a fire.
You're the
in it.
one who doesn't wear a condom. You should know all about it.
I thought that we were all just jerking off into.
No, there's it's
Who
pornography.
put us in this film?
Yeah, man, it's not us.
I just want to stand around and jerk off with us.
Mike,
I have-
the producers put you in this film.
I have extra rights. I just want to be an extra.
Is it gay if we're just talking about it?
Yeah. I've been thinking about you guys in bed with me.
I always think.
I
about
know
you
that
in
for a
bed,
fact.
Will.
Yeah.
I think.
I
about
might
you
have
in
talked
bed.
about that this weekend live at my show. Yeah. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
What? Thinking about
Yeah, I
Stephen
might
Bedford?
have.
I might have had a dream once where I was in bed with Mike. Nothing happened, but his shirt was off. That was
So
it.
you guys were just chilling like two guys.
Yeah, and there were other people in the bed.
Will and I were
They
in
didn't
bed,
matter.
in bed with your shirt off and my underwear on
Oh yeah,
one night.
that
I
was
had your underwear
Yeah, I
where
remember
my
you
shirt was supposed to be.
Snapchatted that.
Yeah. Steve actually went too far on the Snapchat.
I did
Like,
go too far.
That could have been just for us. As like, haha, this is funny. This is us friends hanging out.
No.
Way too late at night.
Yeah.
No, we
In the
saw Esteban's bare ass.
And looking
In
out
that
a window.
Snapchat, yeah. Looking out the window.
Your ass was looking out
Yeah.
the window?
Yes.
Like, pensively?
Yes.
You have a really comfortable bed. It's real big.
Thanks, man. I like that big bed. I'm a real proud boy of that
Yeah.
bed.
What kind of mattress is that?
I don't
What
actually
size?
know the name of it.
Ooh, I just got a new mattress and it's awesome.
Well, tell us about it.
Ooh, I'll tell you about it right now.
How many memories in that foam?
Ooh, I'll tell you. There's 6,000 memories in that foam, locked deep inside. Good memories, bad memories, sad memories. The up near the head portion, you know, where your head rests. There's a lot of memories of dead Inuits.
Why?
I remember the first couple of ones I saw.
First couple of dead.
Dead Inuits?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it was. I took a trip up to the northern hemisphere, and us out here from New York. We don't really go to the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
we
You
stay,
mean the northern hemisphere where New York is?
Oh no, that's in the western hemisphere.
This
No.
is.
Yeah.
Listen, this might be a little selfish, but just to myself in the future while I'm watching this and enjoying a conversation I'm having with my friends, this is the point where I completely lose track of what's happening. Now I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening
Yeah.
either. at
That
this
was for
point.
me. in
That
the
was for
future.
you in the future. I'm impressed that you're going to watch this back.
Yeah, I usually do because I like everybody so much.
Aw.
And I want to make sure I didn't say anything too stupid.
Sure.
It's mostly for that.
I don't do that because then I would be like, oh yeah,
Oh, shit.
I did say something.
Most
too
of the
stupid. It's
things.
better if I just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite game to play as a little kid, do you think?
Don't wake daddy or he'll beat your ass.
The,
No,
the actual game?
I never played it, but I always saw the commercial for it and I wanted
I'll
it.
Right?
tell you right now, underwhelming game.
I'm sure.
You had it.
Underwhelming.
Just
It
like
takes
the-
like a billion button presses for that daddy to wake up.
In the one with the
You
mouse.
could have sex in that bed with daddy.
and he
just
still
there.
wouldn't
He
wake
would
up.
have no
If
idea.
you and a lady friend came into that bed and
Yeah.
you
Fuck
slept next to daddy, daddy would still not wake up.
Listen, you're not going to believe me, but my dad is a sound sleeper. Where are you going? Listen to me.
Is
we
there
have
only one bed
bed.
left?
Yeah, there's one bed
Only
left.
one bed in the house, and I'll tell you right now,
Or-
he's kind of a giant. He fills the whole.
I
thing.
want to make this even worse. There is a bed available, but the condoms are in your dad's room.
And honestly, once I'm in there, I'm not gonna leave.
Right. Here's the only thing. If we do happen to wake him up, he wakes up in a very specific way. The hat goes flying across the room. His eyes bug out of his
It's
head.
very violent.
And honestly, the reason I want to stay in the room is because, like, you know, when you see a toilet, you have to pee. Like, you know, when I see a bed, like, I don't think I could leave.
Is that always the
what?
Every
you
time
see
you
a
see
bed
a
and
toilet,
you need to go to sleep?
No, I need to fuck.
when you see a bed, you need to
This
pee.
this character. But isn't that true? Like, you know, when you have to pee, you're like, all right, I'm all right. And then you see a toilet and you're like, fuck.
Wait.
You know when that's the absolute worst? When
What?
somebody's moving out or remodeling
Oh,
and
no.
there's just a bunch of toilets on the side of the road. And you're like, oh, I was just walking to Wawa's for a second, but now I have to pee on the sidewalk in front of somebody's house.
Wait, Mike, where are you from that you know Wawa's?
The East Coast, man. We already
We've
have
established this?
sleeper beef when you were like, no good donuts exist on the Eastern Seaboard.
That's
or
the
some shit
truth.
like that. It's not the truth.
It is.
Name me one
I can name a
good
place in
donutery.
Shelton, Connecticut that would blow your mind.
No one's
and that's
even
just like
been
the
there.
smallest. There are at least 12 people who've been to Shelton, Connecticut. It's called Donut Crazy, and it's on River Road.
That's Donut Crazy over on River Road. Why don't you head on down there, ask for the Mike Falzone?
Oh, if I had a donut,
Yeah, and
I
a
would
donut
quit.
named after you?
Sam asked me about my goals today. I think if I had a donut named after me, I'd quit everything
And
else.
what kind of donut would it be?
Oh man, you're really putting me on the spot.
I know. I asked the tough questions.
Probably some kind of chocolate minty situation.
Ooh, like a mint chip?
I think so.
Yeah.
Something that it already exists.
Or like
but
a
I'd wanna
chocolate
take
donut
it.
with like a mint cream inside.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that, like, some people are just illegitimate. Like their parents did not plan them and they didn't want them.
And they just
I think
hang
that's
around.
probably very true.
Yeah.
Law of averages.
Yeah. And
Name 2 people that you know that you feel like are illegitimate people whose parents probably
Yeah.
don't listen
Come
to this
on.
podcast. Also, everyone else has left this building.
It's okay.
I gotta say, like their parents really just didn't want them, right?
right.
right.
Yeah.
And still to this day, whenever they
Just,
come
you know
home for
who
Christmas
it is.
or
You've got
whatever.
a picture in your head. If it's me, you can just say it.
I don't think so because I feel like they would want you.
I would want you.
Thanks, pal.
Maybe you, Falzone.
You think that I'm the one?
Don't you have like 6 other brothers?
No, I have 0 other brothers.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
right.
Yeah, my parents are always super excited to talk to me or see me.
Do you have a
Very lucky
sister?
thing that I have. I have 0 sisters as well.
Wait, you're an only child?
Well, that
You know
if
why?
we're using our deductive
Yeah.
reasoning skills, that's
Yeah.
kind of what that means
I,
for sure.
I'm thinking
Comprehensive
about
listening.
I'm thinking about that joke you have about like the dog and like searching for the dog.
Please don't give out
I
jokes
know.
that I'd like to still have a career
I
after
know,
this.
but I just in my head I imagine you with like 17 brothers, but you don't have any.
That's cool. That just means you have misconceptions of me.
Yeah, right. You act like
Misconceptions by Elliot Morgan. He owns that, right?
you know. Joker spoilers.
Right?
Yeah, that's available on all book stands.
I don't
right?
want to see that
Good.
show.
Elliot
I don't want
Morgan
to see
Special.com.
anything by Elliot Morgan ever. I really don't have any respect for him, and I'm tired of hearing about him.
Cool. What do you look right into that camera or whichever one is
That
I don't
camera
have
right
time.
there.
I don't have any general respect for Elliot Morgan. I don't even like think he's like the type of person to type to people. I don't think he's.
You don't think he's the type of person to type back to people
Yeah,
when they
like,
comment on his
I'm
shit?
not
Are
gonna
you
lie.
just upset that he hasn't texted you back?
I have called him and he didn't respond, and I want Elliot to know that like I will fuck him up.
This is because he
I
didn't
will
invite you
fuck
to
Elliot up.
his birthday party, right?
Well, that's true too. Now that you've gone there, I'm just gonna let him know. Okay, I didn't want to be invited to your drink fest, and I'm glad I wasn't.
And
You're clutching that microphone so hard, it's almost as if your feelings are the opposite of what you just said.
I've never seen that mic move that way.
yeah.
I actually really like mics like this. This is better than the kind you just hold on your hand. It's actually better that you.
Yeah, it's a lot
Next
better.
time you do stand up, you should do it with one of these.
Wouldn't that be cool if I did like it's like a let's get ready to rumble? No, I'm just gonna love Elliot.
Sure. Great. Good save at the
Yeah,
end.
nice. We believe you.
Good. What was the least productive thing you did today?
Oh man, I checked Ain't It Cool News 3 times today
Cool.
because it's like the website I've been going to since I was 12. So
Anything
if I
good?
have nothing new.
I was wishing that this website Yahooligans still existed, but it doesn't.
I
That was my
remember
wish.
Yahooligans by name, but not whatever
Yeah,
was on it.
It was like Yahoo, but it was for kids, and it was just like games. But now it's not there.
It was
anymore.
like games.
What about
like
addictinggames.com? Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah, I used to play
must
with
be.
Where were you at in 2008?
On the fucking internet, man.
How
It's
old
a
were you in
website.
2008?
I was 36.
I was 36.
Yeah.
I would like to know where you were at when I was like 15. I would like to see like where everybody was because none of us knew each other.
Wait, so
That's true. We still don't
what
know how
year
we
were
moved in.
you 15?
I think in like 2008.
2014.
I was born in 1993, so 1993
Okay.
plus 2. Oh,
Oh man, I forgot. You're the same age as my sister.
very weary of people that were born in the 90s.
I know. I'm gonna feel weird about that when like I'm gonna like I'll eventually start working with people that are like, oh, I was born in 2003. Wait,
Yeah.
What? Why?
You know what my first instinct when people are like, I was born in 1995, I immediately think, I remember everything that happened in 1995.
I
Yeah.
guarantee that that's not the truth.
Yeah.
It's not, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I could point to very specific things that might fool people into thinking,
I think I was in kindergarten in 95?
yeah, let's start January 1st, 1995.
January 1st.
9 o'clock in the
1995.
morning. What you eat?
Oh man, I think I had a tasty cake.
Some people, there are people like that actually have that ability.
Yeah.
They remember every day. That must
Yeah.
be terrible.
Oh, I
Photographic memory?
yeah, like Cam Jansen. Did you ever read Cam Jansen book?
Oh,
You just made that up.
No,
Yeah.
she was a girl detective who her mind was like a camera, and she would blink and she would make a sound like a camera taking a picture, and she would remember.
Hold
it.
on. She'd make that sound with her mouth?
Yeah.
So she was a respected detective.
No,
Like, oh,
no, she was a
shit,
child
there's dead
detective.
people all over here. Skin wink.
Well, imagine
save that for later.
Imagine she got older and she eventually became a real detective.
But she still makes the
Yeah,
noise in
yeah.
a serious tone.
It's like, could you stop doing that? It's like, yeah, like the grieving father is like just over here like crying. It's like, ka-ching. Hold on, I need to get a picture of your son's dead fingernails.
Right.
Ka-ching.
Can you just use a regular camera and then get out of here and let me say goodbye to my daughter?
Hey, I have a process, okay?
Okay, I mean,
who figured out where all those stolen dogs were?
You did, Cam Johnson.
That's right.
I hate your name also. I just realized I hate your name.
You know what? That's not nice. Okay, I'm just trying to solve your son's murder.
Where was she?
I just took a picture of you, so I remember to hate you later.
Where would she print them out at? Is my question. Where
She wouldn't. It
In the
was just
back
in
of
her
her memory.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
All right. I think that's about everything we got for today.
We should all leave one by one, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah. How about you go, Steve?
I'll hang out with Matt.
Cool. And now Will's going. You can find Will at Mr. William Haynes on Twitter and at William Haynes on Instagram.
Or at Donut Crazy in Shelton, Connecticut.
Yep. You could
Tell them I sent you.
Yeah. Ask for the William Haynes. They all know exactly what you're talking about. You could also listen to the She Didn't Text Back podcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I just remembered?
What's that, Mike? Okay, Mike's leaving too. Well, that's fine. Hey, you can check out Mike at Mike Falzone on Twitter. You could also listen to his podcast with Steve Cloverfields. It's a HeadGum podcast. You could also check out Welcome to Our Podcast, his podcast with his girlfriend Zoya. It's a very fun.
It's too many things. You're hyping up too many things.
I'm just trying to make sure that people know where they can find you if they enjoy what you do.
Yeah, but like Google.
Okay, fair enough. Steve Zaragoza on Twitter, and Cloverfield's podcast. I already said that. And you can find me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman. That's MattLieberman. You can also listen to my new podcast.
Way too many things by this point, for sure.
My new podcast, Walk and Talk. It's all about Christopher Walken. It's very fun. You can find that on SoundCloud and iTunes. And okay, I guess we'll see you. See you around. Let us know in the comments if what your porn debut and your porn line would be. And do you remember Cam Jansen?
No, the one we just talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, can I play her music and can we dance? Is that allowed? She's gonna be f***ing great though.
Peter's freezing his eggs or her eggs.